he passed the test of a former champion.
And still!
But now, can he stop a phenom?
UFC 187 from Las Vegas. It happens tomorrow night. Chris Weidman defending his middleweight belt against Vitor Belfort. And we bring in light heavyweight contender now, Brendan Scaub, to break it all down for us. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
It's interesting because Weidman's undefeated.
I know.
And he comes in off some very impressive victories. One of them over Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Basically, he's beaten a couple of future Hall of Famers here. Why doesn't he get the recognition that he probably deserves?
Well, for sure. The thing about Chris Weidman is it has to be so frustrating for him, because you look at the Anderson Silva fight, especially the first matchup, people never gave Chris the credit he deserves, because they said Anderson was joking around and got knocked out, so like, all right, whatever. So they do an immediate rematch. They rematch. If you look back on that fight, Chris was dominating the best of all time, Anderson Silva, in that first round, knocked him down. And then Anderson Silva throws that leg kick, and basically his leg falls off, right? Which is a problem. So then people go, you know what? Chris Weidman, he really didn't beat him. So then they give him Lyoto Machida. He destroys Lyoto Machida, and still, he's still not getting the credit he deserves. Now, Chris has had some injuries, and in professional sports, you guys know how it goes. What have you done for me lately?
Sure, yeah.
So Chris hasn't fought since July. Yeah. Which, and it's not all his fault.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. And in the middleweight division, there's a bunch of monsters just waiting for the opportunity for Chris. So the public's like, dude, let's go. Let's fight. But it's not Chris's fault. Yeah. I feel bad for him.
What could Vitor Belfort do as far as his fighting style? How could he challenge Weidman?
Yeah, it's going to be tough because no one's kind of cracked the code of beating Chris Weidman. But if one guy can do it, it might be Vitor Belfort. You know, if we look at Vitor Belfort's last 3 fights, he's won by head kicks, knockouts, which is unheard of. So we see Vitor Belfort, he's known for his hand speed, but we see him with these devastating head kicks. And it's because guys are so almost timid of his hands. He's using that to his advantage, and he's really setting guys up with the head kick. You see here with Michael Bisping. Bisping thinks he's out of range of the boxing of Vitor Belfort, but Belfort knows this, and he's setting guys up into these crazy power kicks. So guys they're kind of focused on one aspect of Vitor Belfort, which is a huge mistake. We see Luke Rockhold here. Again, Luke Rockhold feels like he's out of range, but he's really not.
Wow.
What he's doing is he's setting guys up into these power kicks. A spinning heel kick, you don't see that very often. So it just goes to show you how dynamic Vitor Belfort really is.
Yeah.
So Chris Weidman, he definitely has his plate full come Saturday night. That's for sure.
Watch the hands, but beware of the feet.
Yes.
We're going to get a prediction on that bout as well as the main event, which is also going to be a good one. We'll do that in the next hour. Thanks very much.
UFC is a blessing. I worked really hard to get back where I am. I've matured a lot. I've learned a lot. And I'm ready to get to the next level.
Oh my goodness! Rumble is a machine right now!
I am a competitive person, man. People don't understand the extent to which I would go to try and win a fight. I'm training because I'm fighting for the UFC title.
When I fight, whoever I'm fighting, if they leave themselves open, then night.
We got to fight now, so you can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, you'll respect me for what I can do.
I think anything can happen in a fight, but somebody hits the ground, it's going to be him.
All right, it's on tomorrow night, UFC 187 from where else? Las Vegas. And we welcome back light heavyweight contender Brendan Scaub to talk about it. We had you on in the last hour, and we talked a little bit about the good middleweight, the middleweight fight with Vitor Belfort and Chris Weidman. I want to pick from you.
Yeah, right.
Who's going to win that?
I hate picking against guys, but that's why I'm here, right?
Yeah,
so, you got to make a pick. I think this is a breakout fight for Chris Weidman. You know, using a quote from Joe Rogan, I think you'd be surprised. I think Chris Weidman's going to go out and he's going to dominate Vitor Belfort. That's what he has to do to kind of take that next leap in superstardom.
Yeah. Then the big one, the main event, and a lot of people are talking about this one as well. Daniel Cormier against Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Yeah.
Who wins?
Again, hate to pick against someone because they're both friends of mine, but
you'll get a text in a minute.
Right? Yeah, both of them are not going to be happy,
Yeah.
but you got to take a pick here. So I think DC's just too smart.
Yeah.
I think he's too smart. He's been in this big fight before. He's learned from his mistakes of the John Jones fight. So he's going to go in there. He's going to use his skills, and he's going to wear Anthony Johnson out.
Good fights, do you think, both of them?
Great fights.
Yeah.
Phenomenal fights. Both of them will be, you'll be on your edge of your seat during these fights. It's because it's the matchups. It's the styles of these matchups which is going to sell the fight. It's just such a good matchup on both ends. I'm excited for it.
Blame it on me, Brendan.
I'm gonna tell him you forced me to do it.
That's exactly right.
You said you're not leaving here till you get a pick. So here we are.
Well,
sorry, guys.
Not that I'm going to do anything to him if he doesn't pick. I mean,
you wrestled in high school a little bit.
That's as far
it makes
as
me a little nervous.
Yeah,
a little nervous.
As far as that goes.
I heard you took some boxing, so we'll see.
Brendan, thanks. As we continue, top of the hour, SportsCenter rolls on live the latest on Carroll and Irving's issues.